absolute banger trade today for this backtesting day. So basically, I am bullish going into this day because, as you can see from the prior day, we have now taken out this 4-hour intermediate low. We actually end up sweeping this sell side. Very nice sweep on NQ. ES was absolutely nowhere near this sell side level. So we put in a very large bullish SMT on the bigger time frame. As you can see, this is the sell side level on NQ. So going into the day, we have a big bullish SMT. I'm still bullish on the bigger time frame because, like I've said multiple times, I want this to be a protected low, and I want to continue to see us move higher towards all of these generated buy side levels here. And now, obviously, next draw on liquidity is this high here. But so going into this day here, we have data at 7:30, and basically at market open, I was wanting to see if potentially we wanted to sweep out data highs and then get like a little internal sell model here. So this was market open. This was a market open candle, and obviously, that doesn't end up happening. But I was looking to see if we wanted to sweep out this high and then get some sort of displacement lower and then target London low as well as data lows and then all of this low resistance in between. But the trade that I took today was my signature continuation model, and what it is the reason that I have these rules for my continuation model is because of situations like this where we have sell side draws lower, but we're just not looking like we want to rebalance to them, or we're not looking like we want to visit them. And basically what I mean is that for my continuation model, I need at least either a 5 or a 15-minute fair value gap to open up after the market opens. And then if it opens up and we, trade lower into it and respect it, then I'm able to take a long. I will never take a long in this scenario if there's only a 1 minute, bullish fair value gap that opens up, but we still have these sell side levels. Like I have to see at least a 5 minute open up. And once the 5 minute opens up, then if this 5 minute fair value gap ends up holding bullish, then I can now disregard these lows because I'm observing bullish structure holding. I'm observing bullish order flow continuing to hold bullish, which means I think that we're going to the next internal high. So that's basically the trade that I took today. So market opens right here, we immediately get bought up. As you can see, there's no manipulation to the downside. So at this point in time, shorts are basically off the table because it's just unlikely that we're going to get inverse this entire 300-point move just to go to London low. We've already displaced far above data highs. It's obvious that we're not sweeping data highs. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, look at the 5 minute chart. Does this look like we're sweeping data highs? Like, no, this is displacement above a level. We're displacing through this, opening up a bullish 5 minute fair value gap. So once this opens, I mark it out, and I'm wanting to see, does this want to hold bullish? So this is exactly the type of rebalance I would want to see into this fair value gap, because what are we doing? We're slowly trading lower, generating buy side liquidity. This is obviously a beautiful textbook market maker buy and sell model. This is sell side of the curve, buy side of the curve. But we're slowly selling off. We put in the initial low, like right at the 5 minute. We don't tap the 5 minute. We get bought all the way up. This is probably where all the initial longs are being taken, stop at the low, but then we come back down one more time, have internal manipulation inside of this imbalance, and then we respect the 5 minute, and then we start to get it bought up. Now, what do I wait for my entry? I wait for the highest time frame inversion for value gap of the manipulation price leg. So what is the manipulation leg? This high to this low, because it's the last move that sweeps sell side before the market gets displacement. So this is the sell side that ends up getting swept. The last move that sweeps it is this. So the highest time frame for value gap on this price leg is what I want to see get ran through before I take my entry. So if I go to the 3 minute, there's no fair value gap. If I go to the 5 minute, there's no fair value gap. However, the 2 minute does have a fair value gap, and it's this right here. So I take my entry right here, where as soon as the 2 minute candle closes above the fair value gap and turns it into an inverse. And then if I bring up the executions here, you can see this was my trade. As you can see, I waited for like a tiny bit of a rebalance, like 2 minute close right here. I waited for this little candle to enter here, and then I targeted this high. Now, I did have this high marked out as a potential target because, like I said, as soon as the market shows me that we're not going to sell side, and as soon as this 5 minute fair value gap opens up, notice this is also a 15 minute fair value gap that's holding bullish here. But where do I think the draw on liquidity is? Do I think we're just going to, sweep, this high and then dump all the way down to Narnia? No, we're going to go to the next obvious swing high, which is what? This. This is the next obvious internal high. So this is what I had marked out as a potential draw on liquidity, but just the type of trader I am, I like to take low hanging fruit, which is what this high here. I know we're going here. I'm not 100% confident we go all the way here, but I know as soon as this 2 minute fair value gap gets ran through, we have internal manipulation, and I see the 5 minute fair value gap hold. I know we're going here. So that's where I take my entire position off. But yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful trade. I mean, it's such a clean market maker sell model or buy and sell model with the internal manipulation, with the displacement, with the 5 minute gap holding bullish, and overall on the bigger time frame, we had sell side swept, bigger time frame bullish SMT, bigger time frame buy side draws on liquidity here, and obviously the daily time frame. I'm still wanting to be bullish because sell side's been taken out on the bigger time frame. This sell model has already been complete, and now we've had internal manipulation. So notice the low that gets put in after this low is taken gets swept. And what's the reaction of that low getting swept? Market gets bought up, daily fair value gap gets ran through to the upside. This is just a rebalance on the 4 hour, and I traded this too. I shorted this here towards this 4 hour intermediate low. I didn't trade on the day in between that short and this day today because it was just choppy and there was nothing for me here. So I didn't trade this day, but we end up sweeping out sell side. Bigger, like I said, bigger time frame SMT ends up getting put in, and then now we're getting bought up towards this high. So I was extremely bullish going into this day, and when the market opens and shows no sign of wanting to move lower, I'm no longer worried about this sell side here because the market's clearly showing that we're going towards the next internal high. We opened up the 5 minute fair value gap. 5 minute fair value gap holds bullish. Absolutely beautiful trade today.